If you're the kind of person who checks the basement for damp spots after a heavy rain, you're paying attention to something most homeowners ignore until it's too late. That's the cost of not having a system in place, a low hum of background worry that turns into real damage the moment a pipe decides it's had enough. The Moen Flo Shutoff, specifically the 900W01 model for a 3 or 4-inch main line, addresses that by installing right where your water comes in and monitoring it 24/7. It's a whole home leak detection device that monitors flow, pressure, and temperature, and it can shut off your water automatically before a leak becomes a disaster. So before you buy a water shutoff, the real question is what you're trying to prevent and how much you're willing to trust a machine to do it for you. Picture that exact moment you get a notification on your phone while you're at work or on vacation. The app says water is running, but you know no one's home. With a standard setup, you just have to hope it's a mistake. With the Moen Flo Shutoff, you can open the app and see the flow rate, the pressure, and the temperature, and you can shut the water off from anywhere in the world with a tap. That's the consequence of the Control from Anywhere feature. It means you're not racing home to turn a valve. You're managing a potential crisis from your office chair, which is a fundamentally different way to live with your plumbing. What this is, at its core, is a sentinel for your main water line. It does one job. It tries to catch leaks early and shut things down. It deliberately does not attempt to be a point-of-use monitor for individual sinks or toilets. Its domain is the entire house, fed by that 3 or 4-inch line. The narrowness is the point. AMP's product, that claims to do everything, usually does nothing well. But a device that sits on the main line and learns your home's patterns, which is what the FlowSense technology does, has a clear and measurable purpose. The listing talks about daily microleak tests, which is their way of saying it runs a brief diagnostic every day to check for small, steady drips it might miss during normal use. The consequence is that it's proactively hunting for problems, not just waiting for a flood. Moen says their own device data shows 60% of new Flow owners discover a hidden leak within their first 30 days. That's a specific number, 60%, and what it means is there's a decent chance you're already losing water and money to a leak you don't know about. The automatic shutoff feature means if it detects something seriously wrong, like a burst pipe flow rate, it doesn't just alert you, it closes the valve itself. Which is the whole reason you'd install this, instead of just a smart meter that only sends alerts. Now, who it's for. The honest trade-off with the Moen Flo is that it's a system for prevention, not for diagnosis or repair. It'll tell you there's a leak and shut it off, but it won't tell you if it's the hot water heater, a toilet flapper, or a fitting under the kitchen sink. You still have to find it. That's the ceiling. If you're someone who wants a full, room-by-room breakdown of exactly which fixture is failing, you've outgrown what this device promises. You need to move to a system with individual sensors on every appliance. But for most people, knowing there's a leak and stopping it is 95% of the battle won. And that's what this is built to do. If you're still watching, you're probably the kind of person who reads past the marketing bullet points to the installation manual, and that's who this channel is for. Looking at the manufacturer's own listing, they're very clear about the automatic features and the app control, which is good. But a careful buyer in this category should check for the power source and the connectivity requirements, and they stay conspicuously silent on that. In my experience, when a smart home listing doesn't mention